you said was true. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is William Lester, and I'm the head facility worker at the Day Springs Community Center. And tonight, I am proud to shine a little bit of light on the work that happens at the Day Springs Community Center. But before I shine that light, I want to let you know a little bit about myself and how I arrived at the Day Springs Community Center. In 2022, I was working on a construction site as a foreman on a job I enjoyed. I had to overcome a lot in order to get to that place in my life. I worked hard, earning multiple certifications, construction, and I was starting to make big plans for my life when all of a sudden life threw a monkey wrench in my plans. The project I was working on in Yonkers suddenly came to a stop. Now I was unemployed and I had no income. And at the time, I didn't have many strong relationships in this community that I call Yonkers. I tried very hard to find a job quickly so that I could maintain my life, but soon came, I lost my apartment along with everything else that I thought I was treasuring. I couldn't believe what was happening to me. And at the time when things like that start happening to you, you start getting nervous, you start getting confused. And because I was always a hard worker, I never slacked on anything I wanted, I always knew I could get if I worked hard enough for it. But it became clear to me that I was either gonna live on the street or be in a shelter. And I found myself walking into the Westhab drop-in shelter at Broadway Manor in Yonkers with my things slung over my shoulder like a grown Oliver Twist. And I knew I was at the low point in my life. I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I just knew I was determined to do something. And I didn't stay at the drop-in for long, 29 days. I knew some people that were staying there 2 years, 16 months. Some people was there even 5 years. But in 29 days, the Westhab staff helped me to navigate through homelessness and unemployment. I was absolutely determined that I was going to change my circumstance. But then plenty of days came through, if things wasn't changing tomorrow, it was getting worse. If things wasn't changing today, I was feeling bad. But hopelessness kept creeping through. But I realized that the staff at Broadway Manor, the caseworkers, they helped me acquire food stamps, and they also was looking at housing opportunities for me. They didn't stop. They were more determined than I was. So, to make a long story short, I stayed focused on the purpose. I stayed focused on what I needed to do. I stayed focused, and I sat at my computer all day until I tried to find a new job. But during that time I was at the drop-in shelter at Broadway Manor, I learned that there was an opening for the Westhab maintenance team for Day Springs Community Center right on Elm Street in Yonkers. And I knew I was absolutely qualified for it because I had all the certifications on hand. And I knew I could do the job, but I wasn't confident because I felt bad because I lost my housing, I lost my job, but I kept trying. I kept trying, no matter what. I was determined to try and make this happen for myself. The caseworkers at the drop-in facility, they were rooting for me, and also the facility team was rooting for me as well. When Westhab gave me a shot, I ran with it. It was a sign of hope that I needed. I poured everything that I got into the day spring. I treat that building as it's my own. I go to that building every day to make sure everything runs smoothly, and I support my team. Mr. J.C. Soto, you know, he's my director. He's more than just a boss or a supervisor. I consider him my friend. My other team member, Ms. Suyapa Hernandez, she's more than just a co-worker as well. She's like my big sister, and I'm older than her. And we are the original three of the group that work in the Day Springs. And I would not be here today if it wasn't for JC, Sue, Tracy Red, and people like Nick, you know, and Rashida, you know, these people embraced me. These people loved on me. And when I met Richard Nightingale, where he at? There you go. When I met Richard Nightingale, I always tell him he's my guy. You know, I don't embrace too many people and tell them they my guy if they're not. I'm not gonna lie. But thank you, Rich, for always, you know what I'm saying, hang with me on the dance floor at the Christmas parties, man, not making me look old. Thank you, Emily. Where's Leah? I see you. Those two right there is my directors. They made sure I had this speech. They made sure that I was able to give this speech properly, just to let y'all know, you know, what I had to convey. What I convey is true. You know, Westhab is just more than a job. It's a family, it's a community. You know, I watch these kids grow, and I watch them grow more than inches. I watch them grow through science projects. I watch them grow through ballet classes. And to me, they're all my babies. And when they see me, they say, Mr. Will, dang, we ain't got no paper towel in the bathroom today, Mr. Will. Don't worry about it. When they got soap dispensers, soap on the floor, they, Mr. Will, I don't know who did it. I'll be like, I know who did it. But I just thank God because, you know, when you've been rejected and pushed aside, Emily, I said I wasn't gonna cry, right? When you've been rejected.
Go Will! Go Will!
When you've been rejected and pushed aside, you just have to realize how wonderful it feels to be loved. Thank y'all.